a chance to clinch its first postseason berth since 2007, and you better believe the supporters are out in force at RFK Stadium, hoping to see a special moment tonight as DC United hosts the Columbus Crew.
It's a late test, a late fitness test here. We watched it happen in RFK. Chad Marshall out. Danny O'Rourke comes back from suspension. He fills in that center back position.
Zaragoza Kitchen still in the middle. Michael Santos gets a start.
Absolutely. Santos will just play in that role behind Vahoy. He's going to have to dig in, though, and do that transition work, Dave, and that's very important for Benny Edge to DC United and that. For Columbus, possession and patience. They can't just go, reckless abandon here. They've got to be able to manage themselves throughout this game.
Miracle. As Columbus is trying to manage himself right now. Eddie Gavin, always danger when he gets involved. Arrieta, the header off Jakovic, and it's in the net, a goal. Wow, Eddie Gavin, he's been red hot, and he struck first for Columbus.
Well, Eddie Gavin, 9 years in the league, and you would think he'd be old, but he's not. He's only 25, and as of late, he has been on fire. That just breaks his record right there.
9 goals.
9 goals now, because as a rookie in 2005, he had 8. And again, it's just a persistence here. Look at the movement off the ball. Keeps him onside. Jakovic very deep in the box from that initial cross. There's the rebound. And Eddie Gavin, first, hungry. He's been showing it lately, Dave. He's aggressive. He attacks the ball there. There's the opening. The lack of defending from DC United. 6s and 7s all over the place. Arrieta gets his first header on it. It deflects off of Jakovic. Unlucky for their defense, but then he is celebrating with the Eddie Gavin. Columbus Crew coming out here, Dave, and showing the approaches. Let's get after the game.
Santos for Pontius. Pontius stays with it. Nicked at the top of the box. Looking for anyone to point to the spot, but Evan Juro said it's not happening.
Pushing them, a little bit more, Dave, and allowing them to believe in themselves. On the road, picking up some very important points in the last 4 or 5 games.
As you mentioned, that road result against Philadelphia is so critical in continuing DC to the point where they are right now. Santos has a chance at a cross. Pull on the run. Well, Josh Williams, he helped set up a goal, maybe saved the goal there with his clearance. Michael Santos has possession now. Pontius.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see
Zaragoza to Pahoy, trying to get it back to Zaragoza, broken up, but not done. Santos. There's Pahoy in the box. Pahoy swallowing through. Pahoy saved. It's in there. Oh, De Leon scored. De Leon has scored, and that's a record.
Well, they say great feats are not achieved by strength alone. It's by perseverance. And Pahoy stayed on it, Dave, and showed all of that. Keeping that alive. He gets a good strike on Greenenbaum with the save. But really, on the back post, I talked about De Leon. He's on the weak side there. Look at the far post. He's looking for that ball. But he stays involved. And watch how they keep this one alive. Pahoy has 2, 3 times at it. 1, 2 defenders. Another one. They didn't defend properly. Great save, but he follows up. You got to follow up at both ends. Nick De Leon does it. What a great finish. DC United back in at 1-1.
And that's the club record for goals scored by a rookie.
He had his 5, and he's been sitting on 5 for a while. So.
Well, he had 4 for a while. He got 5 on August 29th, and as you said, still alive. Now, again, DC United across the 6. Not done as Chris Corn has gotten involved. It's now DC smelling blood for a moment there. 1-1 the score, but look out. Arrieta for Higuain. That's quality to quality. Gavin on overlap. Arrieta. Arrieta creates space. Oh, off the post and in the net. It's in the net. And Arrieta has brought Columbus back in the lead.
Unbelievable individual effort. Combination play between Arrieta and Higuain. 7 players back for DC United. It didn't matter. The quality shone through. Here it is again. There's the ball. And watch how he creates his own space. He hesitates, a little deception. And this is just a bit unfortunate, really, for Bellamy. He stretches for the ball. It comes off the post. And watch how the luckiest bounce here. It comes off the back of his heel. Back of Bellamy's heel off the post.
He sees the heart. Andy Nahar. That's blocked by Zaragoza. Nahar. De Leon back to Nahar. Now Zaragoza. Zaragoza looking for Pahal. That had goal written all over it. But the script was changed in the last moment.
It's an excellent service. You see the persistence, keeping the ball alive. Look at this ball, just teased in there. That's the near post and Pahoy. We talked about getting across the defender. Danny O'Rourke being the deepest one there. Ian Mendes trying to share that space. And that was so far. You don't want to draw that red card or this, the second foul.
How important the free kick. They were on for Nahar. Nahar now will offer up the service. McDonald wanted it on his head, got it on his feet. Zaragoza comes through. It's in the net! It's in the net! It's in the net! His first of the year!
Well, it comes from the free kick, Dave. Columbus Crew, and I'm sure Varzija and his staff will be very disappointed. Columbus Crew falls asleep. 2 men on the ball. De Leon, a quick one in. And they're very slow to react. It's a great delivery. And the first one to pounce on it here on the back post. Look at the service here. Keeps it alive. Look at McDonald. He stretches everything he can. And what a great strike from it. You don't expect it from Marcelo Zaragoza. But great technique. Left-footed, and he bends it to that back post. DC United have equalized.
Look at that clock on the 80s.
Pontius is exhausted, Dave, but he continues to push it on, push himself, trying to compromise the defense of Columbus Crew. Great run here from Eddie.
Look at this. Gavin from Higuain, Nahar trying to close him down. Nahar does, but it goes to Milosevic. Blocked by Jakovic.
It looked like a handball there on Jakovic. Referee did not give it.
Nope. Jakovic blocking Milosevic's shot. Now Hamdi Salihi trying to control it. And Chris Pontius has run 10 miles trying to surge up the sideline. Well, Milosevic's shot, handball or not.
Let's see, it comes back out here. Milosevic, he goes to strike at far post. Nope, no handball at all. Comes off the inside of the quad.
In fact, if you watch Jakovic's arms, he was tucking him in.
Well, he does well. Sporting Kansas City, we're up 1-0. And Eddie Gavin gets the goal.
Look down, Johnny. Now Gavin goes down. I think he wanted a foul. There was nothing there. DC United needs relief. They need to clear it. Salihi. Cord. Look at this. Up top from Boskovic. Neal is running in the middle. Coming out. And it's in the net. Louis Neal. Louis Neal. It is in the net. DC United. They can taste the playoffs.
Well, it's pandemonium here in RFK Stadium as a realization. And Louis Neal is the guy that put the icing in the cake. However you want to put it, Dave. It's a great finish, and the ball played out of the back. For Chris Cord was excellent, but look at Boskovic. Without even looking, he puts it over his shoulder. They catch him on the counter. Columbus Crew pushed everything forward, trying to get that winner. And it's DC United, the realization in RFK. Are they going back to the playoffs? Louis Neal says yes. Great finish.
His second goal of the year.
Well, here it comes. There's the whistle.
DC United is back where they belong. The Major League Soccer playoffs.
Well, unfortunately for Columbus Crew, it's at their expense, but DC United back in the playoffs. Terrific effort tonight. 3-2 winners of this match.